The first noble truth: there is suffering. Some of the ways in which we may experience suffering are obvious, like poverty, hunger, pain, disappointment, and feeling separated or excluded. There is also suffering due to the divisions of our world, such as war, colonization, and oppression. Some are less obvious, like feelings of craving, anxiety, stress, and uncertainty. We also suffer as we struggle with birth, aging, sickness, and death. As much as we want to avoid what we consider unpleasant and hold on to what we label as pleasant, dissatisfaction, separation, loss, and injustice still may frequently arise. Suffering occurs whenever we fail to see the true nature of our existence, when we insist on controlling or altering our reality. The first noble truth rests on the understanding that our lives seem unsatisfactory because experiences are impermanent and impersonal. Our senses, which the Buddha understood to include not just hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and touch, but also thinking, are often unreliable and temporary, which means that the way we experience and make sense of the world is constantly changing and subjective. We suffer because we keep expecting these temporary experiences to be permanent and absolute, and to satisfy our craving for pleasure or to avoid pain. Many of us have suffered by trying and failing to control our dependencies, habits, and addictions. We've used every kind of willpower, bargaining, planning, and magical thinking, each time imagining the result would be different, and blaming ourselves when it turned out the same. How many times did we promise, just this one last time, that I'm done? I'll just use or drink on the weekends or only after work, only on special occasions. I'll never drink in the morning. I won't do the hard stuff. I'll never get high alone. I'll never use at work or around my family. I'll never drink and drive. I'll never use needles. How many diets have we tried? How many times have we said we wouldn't binge or purge or restrict calories or over-exercise? How many times have we looked at the scars on our arms and vowed never to cut again? How many times have we let our wounds heal only to break them open once more? How many limits have we set on ourselves around technology or work, only to get pulled back in? How many times have we vowed to have no more one-night stands, vowed to stay away from certain people, places, or websites? How many times have we crossed our own boundaries and been consumed by shame? How many mornings did we wake up hating ourselves, vowing to never do again what we did last night, only to find ourselves repeating the same mistake again just a few hours later? How many times did we attempt to cure our addictions with therapy, self-help books, cleanses, more exercise, or by changing a job or relationship? How many times did we move thinking our shadow wouldn't follow us? How many promises did we make? How many times did we break those promises? Having suffered and struggled with addiction in its many forms, we've come to understand this first truth as it relates to recovery. Addiction is suffering. We suffer when we obsess, when we cling and grasp onto all the delusions of addiction, all the impermanent solutions to our discomfort and pain. We've tried to cure our suffering by using the very substances and behaviors that create more discomfort and pain. All our attempts to control our habits demonstrate how we've been clinging to the illusion that we can somehow control our experiences of the world or how others have treated us. We're still trapped in the prison of suffering. In fact, we're reinforcing its walls every time we act on our addictions. Liberation comes when we gain a clear understanding of where our real power lies and where we're throwing it away. This is a program of empowerment. It's a path of letting go of behavior that no longer serves us and cultivating that which does.